England destroyed by Brazil at Wembley. The question is, do they still have what it takes to win the Euro? Hello guys, this is Pitch Perfect Podcast. If you're new to this channel, please make sure you like, share, comment, and more importantly, subscribe to our channel. Joining us today, we have Jeff, you have Cesar from Rio de Janeiro, and you have Conte, the famous Conte. How you doing, guys?
All good, thanks very much.
What's happening? Thanks for having us.
Always a pleasure to have you around.
Thank you.
Right, let's dive into it. Let's start with England, right? Maybe we should start with the manager. Do you think he called the right players for that game?
No, at the same, I mean, also they're friendlies, so obviously in the Euros he might be saving players for the Euros, but I think it's a consistent thing with Southgate. It's consistently his favourites going to, you know, the competitions. For example, last World Cup, Maguire, in my opinion, didn't deserve to go. He didn't play. He wasn't playing, and he went.
But he's a solid central
He's
back, right?
good for England. He's solid, but at the same time, if you want to win things, you have to have players that are playing. They're sharp. He wasn't match fit. He wasn't match sharp. He didn't want to leave United because he wanted to stay. If he's not playing, it happens to every other big nation. For example, you see France with Pogba. He wasn't playing the last World Cup.
Yeah, but remember, France is a different story. They have a lot of quality players.
They have got a lot of quality, yes. But at the same time, Pogba is quality, and he wasn't playing, so he doesn't go. It's simple.
I think though with Maguire, to be fair, and I'm not his biggest fan, his form has slightly improved. The thing for me is we know what those kind of players can bring. So he had the opportunity. He called out the likes of Jared Branthwaite. Was excited to see him in the squad. Haven't seen him play. Yeah. When you look at the midfield, Gallagher yesterday, I think they said in his 75 minutes, he only completed 20 passes, which is shocking. When Kobe Manu came on in those last 15 to 20 minutes.
Before we get there, what a player.
Top player.
What a player.
He's got some real good technical skills, the making of a good player. But
18. I mean, the guy control the calm when he has the ball. He's world class.
Even for me, he's not world class yet. He could be world class.
I think he's at fault for the two goals, in my opinion. Yeah. I think on the ball, fantastic. That little jingle skill,
he controls the game.
Amazing. And I think for his position, playing in that centre midfield is about utilising the space, protecting the space. And I think because he's only 18, he's going to have to learn that. If you look at the two goals, the first one, he's on the left wing. There's two of them going for one man. They both missed the ball. The ball's played in the middle and then cut through. Why aren't you in the middle? Look at your surroundings. The second one, Bellingham passes it back. He's not adjusted his feet. He's about a yard and a half behind. He's having a reach for it. Poor first touch, nicked off him. They run on the break, and then luckily Pickford saves the second shot. But he's still young. It will take time. But on the ball, quality.
What, right? There was a player there, Jordan Henderson. He was there, right?
Yeah,
so I still don't get it. What was he there for?
I think at the same time with Southgate, as I said, the favourites, of course. I still disagree. I still disagree with Henderson going. I really haven't been a fan of Henderson. Even before he was playing for Liverpool at Blackburn, at Liverpool I wasn't a big fan of him. But at the same time, I think having someone like Henderson there, because he captained Liverpool to a Premier League title, Champions League and a Champions League final. When you've got young players like Jared Branthwaite, hasn't made an England cap. Ezri Konsa yesterday made his debut. Before that, didn't make an England cap. Kobe Mainoo is about experience. They can learn off him, and I think with Mainoo, as we said, attacking wise, on the ball he's very good. Off the ball he's not so good. I think Henderson's main attribute is his off the ball work. He always tries off the ball. I think when he's there, Mainoo and other people that don't really play a lot, or haven't had a cap for England yet, can learn from him.
Yeah, but listen, you don't take a player like Henderson.
No.
because there's a lot of leaders there. There's Kane. There's a lot of leaders there.
There is a lot of leaders. But
yeah, someone could have probably taken that position.
I agree, but at the same time, you look at the leaders that we have there. Kane hasn't won a trophy. You could argue Rice is a leader. He led West Ham to their first trophy. Hasn't won a lot. Henderson has won a lot. Super Cup with Liverpool, Premier League with Liverpool, Champions League with Liverpool, Champions League final with Liverpool. He's won a lot, so he knows how to win. He's a winner. So I think when you have a winner that's experienced in your team, it can rub off. Players like Mainey can be a sponge to that type of player.
Yeah.
They can learn off him and they can have that winner's mentality. And I think if England want to win a Euros, you have to have winners in that team, and Henderson is certainly one of them.
Yeah, but what do you think? What do you think of the first 11 the manager picked?
I can go.
Yeah.
I just think again that midfield for me, Gallagher out of sorts in a mid-table, below mid-table Chelsea. I'm going to pick him out because some of the passes were horrendous at international level, quite simply unacceptable. Chilwell exactly the same.
I agree.
So you notice the drop off from when, for example, Luke Shaw would have been there. That lack of quality. They did let Southgate down. Like you said, they're sort of his lieutenants, so to speak. But the standard of play, when you're seeing a lot of backwards and sideways passing, is that instruction from the manager? Is that a lack of confidence? Or is it quite simply a lack of ability? The likes of Stones, Walker, although he only played, I think it was 20 minutes, stood out.
Yeah.
That quality is there to see. So there's a bit of a drop off in areas of the team. Walker's really good. Stones, they're calling him the modern Beckenbauer. When you see him on the ball and he steps into that midfield area,
he leads from the back.
Yeah,
he leads from the back. To Kyle Walker.
I think it was hamstring injury.
Yeah, but I think
couldn't shake it off.
At the same time, I think with Walker, he's played a lot of games. He's played pretty much every game for City this season.
I think a little bit is scared. That's the reason.
Do you think he was scared of the game?
Scared of
of Brazil? He might be right. Maybe it is a lot of pressure.
The reason is he's a very good player, but he got pressure. You know who?
Yeah.
You know who he need to mark?
Vinny
Jr.
But he
marked him out in the Champions League.
Cesar is making a point there.
Kyle Walker had Vinicius Junior on toast.
First 20 minutes, I'll be there. I watching the game. First 20 minutes, he put two pressure on them, but we don't score goals.
He had them on toast.
So it's like, I see, if I'm in that position, I don't know, but I don't want to leave the game because this is a very important game. It's England and Brazil, so I don't want to leave it. I don't care so much, but if you make some mistake or if Vini Jr. makes some drama, it's like, well,
right.
So do you think Kyle Walker was under a lot of pressure to play against him?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
Listen,
because I don't.
Maybe you never know.
I don't see any contact. I don't see any foul. I don't see anything. So that's the reason I'm in the stadium. I'm watching the game. I just straight away change it. I said, what happened with them?
I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming.
All I will say,
I love it to watch them. I love to watch this guy because he's strong.
It's a good challenge
he
between
can
the two of them.
He can help attack very easy.
Yeah.
If the ball come to him, he is the guy like, okay, let's go, attack. He attacks together. He can score the goals. So he's a very important player.
All I will say though, with what you said about Vinicius Junior, right? When Kyle Walker was on the pitch, he was still good, but he wasn't as impactful as you expected him to be. When Kyle Walker left the pitch, you saw the best of Vinicius Junior, and that proves how good Kyle Walker is. You can be Vinicius Junior.
Well, that's
You could be Vinicius Junior, Lionel Messi, Rodrigo. I don't care who you are. You're not to be beating Kyle Walker one-on-one. No one's doing it. Let's end the discussion. Vinicius Junior.
Do you think so?
Vinicius Junior is class. Don't get me wrong. He's very, very good, and he's a world-class player. In my opinion, right now, he's one of the best players in the world. But when Kyle Walker got taken off through injury, you started to see the best of Vinicius Junior. He got onto the ball more. He completed more dribbles, completed more successful passes, more take-ons. So I think that just proves that even though you can say Kyle Walker was scared, If anything, if Kyle Walker was scared, he made Vinicius Junior look like an average player.
I'm Brazilian, but I'm very appreciated to watch this guy to play.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
this guy is something. If he got the ball, you don't know what he's going to do. He can attack, he can crossing, he can, you know.
He's a talent. He's a
He's a
talent.
very, very important guy.
Yeah.
He played by, you know,
He's playing on
playing
another
when-
level.
when he
play
plays,
the game.
He's playing on another level,
If
right?
he
Yeah.
use his speed, he has speed.
Yeah.
He
But
has
ju-
power also.
Just to add though, I think the March internationals historically have always been controversial.
Yeah.
And as you saw, obviously Kane got pulled out, Rice got pulled out, not Rice, Saka in advance.
Yeah.
And I think it was Neville that said, I guarantee you these players are going to get pulled out, and they did. So I think with the title race on coming, I think there's some agreements with managers like don't
The most
pay them
important,
too
Yeah.
much,
the most
or,
important
you know.
view also is now he playing for Manchester City in the top.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
okay, guys. I don't want Endrick. I don't want a very, you know. Brazil is this game can be dangerous anytime. So
Yes.
I try to skip.
Especially those big games.
Yes.
Managers have to be a little bit careful.
Really careful with the.
So I think in the I don't know. I try to understand why they got changed.
I didn't get it as well. I just couldn't explain it.
I mean, he's
Maybe Cesar. I mean, like you just said, maybe a lot of pressure. Maybe the guy felt like, hey, listen, I'm gonna get out. I have to get out of this before
Maybe.
it's too late.
Potentially, yeah, you know, potentially he might have been scared, but he won the Champions League last season. He's won 3 Premier Leagues in a row with Man City. He could win 4 Premier League in a row with Manchester City. So I don't really think he's scared of anyone. He's a winner. He's won.
He's scared.
He's won 3
He's a
Premier
good
Leagues in a
player,
row and a Champions League.
He did clear the ball off the line as well.
My
That was a
word
big
is not
sprint.
means he's scared game. But he's a player for Manchester City. So
I don't
Manchester
think it's
City in a few days is going to play with I think next I don't know. We're going to play with Arsenal
on
on
Sunday.
It's a very important game for them.
It is indeed.
If they
It
get
is indeed.
injured,
Yeah.
if something happen,
Yeah, it
This
is
game is
indeed.
more
That's why I
important for
think it's a
them.
big
But
game.
as just said, he's a workhorse, and you know, Vinicius had a shot, and he had to sprint from miles back to get it. That's it. We know he's quick, but at the same time, when this is why I love Kyle Walker to play for England, because we know in moments like that, if you need someone to be there, if someone's attacking, you know Kyle Walker will catch up to them, and I think he's played so many games. He's played so many games for Man City this season, last season as well. A sprint like that could be alright. Yeah, that could be. You know,
It can happen.
It can happen.
It can happen.
We've seen with some players.
Especially when you play against someone as fast as you.
Wembley is a big
Wembley
is a big pitch.
And it's
big
very,
ground to
very
cover,
fast.
isn't it?
You play at Wembley as well.
At Wembley, so on that pitch, it's.
Okay, let's move on. Kane was injured or still injured, right? Do you think England relies more on Kane to maybe
I think they relied too much on Harry Kane to win the Euros, but I think with a player like, because when Kane's out, we have Ollie Watkins, and the way England, I was confused with Southgate's team selection against Brazil. When we want to play against a team like Brazil, who we know they're very good defensively and they like to attack quickly, the balls we were playing to Watkins, those are the type of balls you should be playing to Ivan Toney, who was on the bench yesterday.
Yeah.
He's physical, he can hold up the ball. Watkins is direct, he wants to be in the box, take people on. Toney, he can take people on, but he doesn't really want to. He's more of a guy that will hold up the ball, shape the ball well. And I think what England lacked against Brazil was a player that can hold up the ball. Watkins, we know he's strong. He can do it, but he's nowhere near the same level as Ivan Toney. And this is my point with Southgate. He confuses me a little bit because his team selection is very, very poor.
Okay, that's the point.
Every I've seen, and especially in friendlies, it's very poor. We have to experiment with certain players. Toney, I understand.
What do you think he does that for?
Southgate. I don't know.
Pressure.
It's
Media pressure.
media pressure.
If
I also
pick this player, pick this player,
Yeah.
pick this player, he'll do
But
it.
it means he has no. It means he has no responsibility. No leadership.
I also think it's the fact that England fans have been saying every time he selects a team for the World Cup, Euros, Nations League, he always says, "I pick players based off form." We've seen that hasn't been the case. Because in 2018, he picked Maguire, who hadn't played a game in a year.
Yeah.
You can't say that's based off form because it's not. He hasn't played. I think playing Watkins, he looked at it and go, right, everyone's saying I should pick players based off form. Watkins is in better form than Tony.
Yeah.
I'll start Watkins. As Jeff said, it's a bit of media pressure. But if you want to play long balls over the top and have someone that can hold up the ball, you have to play Ivan Toney. And I think, even though in my opinion Watkins is a better striker than Ivan Toney, in a type of game against Brazil, you have to play Toney because he can hold up the ball and bring other players into play, which is what we lacked yesterday. We've seen with Chilwell, he had a bad game. Foden didn't have a really good game either. So with Toney, I think he could just hold up the ball more and bring better people into play.
But this is what I was saying when we were warming up before about James Ward-Prowse would have been perfect in that centre midfield because he's got a good array of passing, set piece threat, but that includes the corners. And if you're playing Ivan Toney, well, if you've got someone with a pinpoint delivery, I mean, he's great in the air, Ivan Toney. But you know, to answer your question, I think we've got a bit of a conundrum where we're picking Rashford as almost a back. We're picking him as a winger, but as a backup striker. Tony's the only recognised sort of centre forward because for me, Ollie doesn't really play well through the middle. He runs the channels. Obviously, Callum being injured is a problem as well. So we rely very heavily on having our wingers fit. Because what happens is even if Kane's there, he drops in the pocket and we rely on giving our wide players more space and time on the ball. So I think we've had a bit of a centre forward issue. Time is running out. So I hope in the next game, Tony starts the game.
Do you think it was a right move by the manager to keep Rashford on the bench?
I think he had to give Anthony Gordon a try because if we look at Anthony Gordon, obviously I'm not being biased here, but I think it's 15 goal involvements this season, 9 goals, 6 assists. So in terms of a winger, he's the most informed winger in the Premier League at the moment. So he needed his debut. Obviously, he's not protected from being called up by Scotland because that wasn't a competitive fixture. But we needed to see if he fitted in well with the team, and I thought he did really well on debut.
I agree.
He linked up well.
To me, I thought
makes sense.
To me, I thought Anthony Gordon yesterday was our man of the match. For me, I think he was direct. He took people on. I remember there was a chance where he beat 2 men, crossed the ball in the box. Unfortunately, no one was there, but. Yeah, it's just an Anthony Gordon. I think keeping Rashford on the bench is a sign that he is a class player.
What do you think of Johnstone?
Wow.
World class.
Try not to wax lyrics.
What do you think of Johnstone?
Well, one word, as Jeff said, wow, and he can genuinely do it.
I mean, the guy has improved a lot, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, when he was at Everton, when he's a young kid, you could see that he had really good talent, but he always had a mistake in him.
But you have to give. I think you have to give young people. You have to give a chance to young players, but at the same time, you have to give a lot of credit to Pep, right?
It's the coach.
Pep has made him a world class player, and he's not just a centre back. He can play as a 6.
He's a libero.
You know, he plays like Ferdinand.
Ferdinand,
This guy is unbelievable.
He reminds me of Mateus, Beckenbauer, Koeman. The likes we haven't seen.
Support the game. He doesn't only play as a centre back, right? He supports the game, which is extremely important in the modern football.
And the good thing about that is he's so comfortable on the ball.
He is.
He never rushes anything. He takes his time and he always picks the right moment to pass or to, he may even have a shot eventually, but when he plays as centre back and he goes forward, it's a work of art to see what Pep's done with him.
He's a quality player. So
you like him to play in the position. If he's taking his right position, I think he's he's perfect player. He can he can help a lot. But about the game, yes.
Against England.
So I'm thinking, guys, if you go to watch YouTube channels, best moments, Brazil and England, you will figure out how many goals we can score. Very easy. How many chances? How many goals we miss it?
Paqueta hit the post.
Yeah, before we get there, I mean, George Bellingham, he's the one now. Everyone is talking about him, right? From last year to where we are right now, I watched him play and he has improved a lot. He's so comfortable with the ball. He does a lot. I think he's a main man, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I agree. I think he's our best player.
Yeah.
Yeah, easily. I think the only other player you can arguably say is our best player is Kane. Take away Kane on that team, and you rely too much on Bellingham as well.
I thought about it. I think he can play without Kane, but Kane can't play without him.
Makes sense.
It makes sense a little bit because he makes things happening.
Yeah.
I think.
Right?
Kane
relies on him to.
I agree. I agree partially with that.
Yeah.
I also think that if you take Bellingham out of the England team when Kane's there, it gives Kane more of a chance to do what he likes to do, which is drop into field.
Yeah.
Because if Bellingham's there, we know Bellingham likes to make runs in behind strikers, but at Real Madrid he's been a false nine when Basalu isn't playing.
Yeah.
And the false nine, you drop deep, get the ball, and then get in the box. If Kane's dropping deep, we know Kane likes to make that run into the box, so it restricts Bellingham a little bit. But I partially agree with that. I think when Bellingham isn't in the team, Harry Kane looks significantly worse, I think.
Yes, I think so too.
Yes, but if you see the way how Harry can play, he is more individual guy. He scored so many goals because
he's a goal scorer.
He's a goal scorer.
He's a goal scorer.
But at the same time, you need someone to feed.
If he has some more confidence next to him,
With
if he
Bellingham,
has someone next to him, he can feel confident. It's like, guys, I know what you're going to do, and you know my position, so please give me the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
With Bellingham, he's the one that makes me go like this. You know when you watch the TV, he's the one that makes me go like this. Go on.
Yeah.
Because he drops the shoulder.
Yeah.
If it's a link up, he can whip it either side.
He's so
can jingle.
comfortable.
Yeah.
His balance. I think he takes
And power.
every box.
His physique is growing, huh?
He's big as well. He's a big as well.
Yeah.
So he don't waiting for right ball means okay, ball come to me, I need to put ball in the right condition to score. No, depend. Ball come, kick.
Yeah, he knows.
And that's about talking about the celebration. What a celebration! Hey, that celebration.
I will say on Bellingham.
But you cannot expect one player. Like yes,
Yes, you need more than one. You need more
guys.
than
On Bellingham though, I will say he's the next Ballon d'Or winner for me. Easily.
It's hard. He has a lot of competition ahead of him.
Yeah,
you have Mbappe. You have a lot of good players.
He's got Mbappe. You can argue say Kane at Bayern.
No, I don't think you can. I might not put Kane there in that bracket, right? Maybe yes. George Bellingham.
Mbappe is definitely.
Mbappe is the guy.
But he has to
He's
win
a
the
guy-
Champions League.
That's why he want to move. This is why he want to move.
Because PSG is the French league.
It's not a same.
It's a lower level.
Yeah.
Same
It's
as
a lower
to an
level.
extent the Bundesliga. So one of those two have to win the Champions League because at the moment for me Bellingham is it 25 goals
25 goals.
Yeah.
playing at a really high level
yes.
for a midfielder, an attacking midfielder.
No doubt. The young man is quality.
Yeah.
Right, but I think there are levels. Right, he's a very good player, but I think Mbappe is just one step ahead of him. I mean, that's me. I could be wrong.
Right now, yeah.
I think right now Mbappe is just one step ahead.
As a
He
player,
has to move.
He
has to move this summer.
Yeah.
Because he will plateau, isn't it? Because unfortunately, the week by week level he's playing at is not good enough.
No.
It's like eventually that's why Henrik Larsson he had to leave the Scottish league, didn't he?
Yeah.
You're only going to stay like that.
Yeah.
That's true. I think it would be nice for Mbappe to move away from the French league.
Hopefully Madrid.
Fingers crossed.
Let's talk a bit about Kobe Mino. I saw someone. It's like a light. The guy is bright. The way he touched the ball, he passed the ball. He's calm with the ball.
Yeah.
He turned with the ball. Maybe I'm wrong. What do you think of that guy?
I think he's got the ability to be one of England's best players in the future. I think
a lot of people try to compare him to PlayerInterviews.
But there's a lot of similarity there, right?
There's similarities, but I think no. This just Seedorf was. You compare.
But he's only 18.
I know he's only 18, but
18?
Seedorf,
He can be leader. He can be leader.
Yeah.
In the future, yeah,
Yes.
definitely. But I think the comparison with Seedorf, as he said, I think Seedorf on his day was just another level.
Yes, but the guy is only 18 years old.
He's only 18, and yes,
Right?
he has ability. on mainly, I think this season, United fans will say the same thing. He's been one of their better players.
From nowhere.
From nowhere.
Would you
So
say
that's
nowhere?
because their situation is so bad?
That's the point.
Partially, and I think maybe they were. I think with Ten Hag, he was forced to play mainly.
Yeah.
Because United fans were calling for him, because I remember there was one game in
But he came from nowhere. What do you mean was forced to play him?
because in the FA Youth, they had an FA Youth Cup game, Man United,
Yeah.
2 days prior to the Premier League game, and I think he scored twice and got an assist. And United fans watched that game and went, right, you have to start him because I think Fernandes was suspended, Casemiro was injured, so they had to have someone there. And United fans saying, play mainly. And so far, I think there's some games. His defensive work rate, as you said earlier.
The error, was it West Ham away?
West Ham away.
To their goal.
His mistake led up to the goal. And off the ball, he tracks back, but he's very slow. Like his reaction time for tracking back is very slow.
Yeah, but he's young. He's
still
18 years
young.
of
And,
age. He needs to learn,
he will
right?
improve. And he will improve that. I'm sure of it. But on the ball, attacking wise, he's just so good already.
He doesn't give the ball away. No.
Nah,
He's
it's
I feel
composed.
sorry for him actually. I think he's in a bad team. Man
Money.
United. I'm sorry. I think he needs to be in a more technical team.
Yeah.
You'll see the best out of him. He'll get more time on the ball. And for England, I mean, it's having to play in that midfield it's a tough gig. It's a tough gig.
But to say that he was better than Gallagher.
Yeah,
And
I was about to say.
Bear in mind, let's not forget.
Sorry, Pete, if you're watching.
Let's not forget, right? He wasn't even called up to the senior squad
Yeah.
originally. It was only because players dropped out that he came into the team.
Wow.
And to be better than Conor Gallagher, who Chelsea fans say he's been one of our better players, shows he's not really that good.
So will you play him ahead of Gallagher?
100%.
At the moment,
It's not even for me. Not even a question.
I would pick
Not even
personally.
a
I
question.
would pick, Ward-Prowse. West Ham are
Ward-Prowse.
7th in the league.
Yeah.
They're going well in Europe. Like
And
I said,
he's
he's
been one of their
got
better players.
weapons. He's got
Yeah.
weapons that we can utilise.
Yeah.
So in other words, if the game isn't going well and we can't play through teams, well, we can be direct. If
Yeah.
you've got an Ivan
Be like a
Toney
Ward-Prowse.
and you've got someone like a Ward-Prowse that can cross the ball or thread balls in to a centre forward, why not?
Yeah.
And then I think with Kobe, like I said, on the ball, technically very gifted. He
Yeah.
looks like he's come out of the Ajax Academy or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Football for the month.
He knows to keep,
Basic,
and he's young, and I think it will come with time. He needs to work harder off the ball. A great example of that is was Xhaka. When his level improved again, and you're seeing it now at Leverkusen, was the work that they do off the ball. It's not even just anticipating for tackles and winning the balls back, but to receive the ball as well.
Yeah.
So like I said, if we go back to those two opportunities, someone should be marshalling him. Why is he on the left side of the pitch? Stay in the middle.
Talk to
Stay
the
in the
manager.
middle. Stay there.
Talk to the manager.
Right, you're at Wembley. You're not in the park. Stay in the middle.
Yeah.
Because you can then cut the threat when it comes. But he's young, so we can't be too harsh.
Yeah.
Let's give him some time.
Yeah.
But he's got a very big future.
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. Do you think Brazil came with their strongest squad?
No. I think there's a certain player, in my opinion, that's missing. You may know about him, Cesar. Rodrigo Muniz from Fulham, striker. All I'm saying, all I'm saying, in his last 8 games, he's got 8 goal involvements for Fulham. He didn't get an even chance at Middlesbrough last season. And I think, you know, Endrick was brilliant yesterday when he came on.
Yes.
I also think, though, if they started a centre-forward, because that's what I remember watching the game, and the commentator said, Brazil lack a centre-forward that can get in the box. If they had,
they play without a centre forward.
If they had Muniz in that team, he stays in the box. He doesn't he doesn't leave that box. So I think, you know, Rodrigo Muniz, you know, definitely...
But do you think... Yes,
Brazil team is new for everyone. You know, for us also is new.
Yeah.
If you say what you think about Brazil team today, I don't have so much to say because it's a new team.
Yeah,
so
it's a brand team.
It's the
new manager is trying to rebuild the team.
So I'm watching this game, Brazil is England, but I feel so many players. You know, I don't know position. What are you going to do? I don't know if we have also now new coach.
Yeah, new manager.
New manager. So we need to give space for every player, and then we see.
And he
just mentioned Rodrigo Muniz. Do you think he deserved to be in that team?
No, it's too early. It's too early.
Please tell him that. Please.
I will respectfully say that from what I've seen from Muniz, he's impressed me. Because you got him from Flamengo, right? And
he was 19 when he signed.
He was young and he was meant to be a prospect, and he's taken his time to get his opportunity. I think he's taken that opportunity now.
Yeah.
He needs a sustained run. The good thing is he's playing adult football in one of the best leagues in the world. But as we know with strikers, we have what's called a purple patch. He's in that at the moment. We need to see a little bit of time. We're talking about the Brazilian national team.
I know.
And for me, respectfully, he's not there yet.
Saying that though, Fulham had another player in there, Andreas Pereira, and he, for me, as a Fulham fan, he's been woeful this season. Last season, he was taking people on, assists, good delivery. Yeah. This season, he's got a few assists, but not as many as he had last season. He's really slow on the ball. You know, he's good at first pressing, but apart from that, he doesn't really deliver anything for Fulham anymore. And when I look at Muniz, I get you can say it's a purple patch, but he's in form. And, you know, I think you have to experiment with the squad, as you said, with England. If he was given that chance, you never know, maybe he could have scored yesterday, because he is in such good form. And he's playing against players. Let's not forget, Harry Maguire started against Brazil. He started. Muniz made him look like me at centre back when Fulham played Manchester United. He scored.
But would you say he gets in above Richarlison? Richarlison was on the bench.
I wouldn't say he gets over him, but at the same time, I think you still have to take him because
how do you rate Richarlison?
I think he's technically good. He has peaks and troughs.
Richarlison for me, he's like opportunity guy.
Yeah.
You know, he
knows the goal.
Yeah. he's off and right. And he
at the right place at the right time.
Yeah. He's like a lucky guy in the game.
You make your leg.
But he's
make your leg, right?
He's not a person like he deserves to be like start the game because he don't have action. Means I take a dribble one, dribble second, and then score. No, he don't have this kind of feel. The way how he play in the box is like he looking for someone kick.
But I have to be honest with you. I watched him play the World Cup and I was very impressed. He knows the goals. He knows how to move, when to move. You know, he has a very good timing.
Overhead kick against Sweden. That was a hell of a finish.
I also say with Richarlison, I think he's a confidence player, if that makes sense. Like he relies very much on people giving him confidence.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because at Tottenham this season, he wasn't really great at the start of the season, and then he picked up an injury, and then came back, and then got injured again. And then when he came back into the team, he gained confidence because he came back straight away, and he started when he went on that patch of scoring goals, and then he unfortunately he got injured again, and then he lost confidence. He's a very much confident player. When he's confident, we've seen at Everton, he can score plenty of goals.
But it looks like he's struggling now.
He's on the bench
everywhere.
We talk about confidence. I don't like so much example. I'm watching the game, so I saw Rodrigo play with
For Fulham.
no, Rodrigo Real
For
Madrid.
Real Madrid,
yeah.
Play next to the Vini Jr.
Yeah.
So I don't like both because Vini, I like Endrick play with Vini Jr. because Endrick will be more confidence, you know.
Yeah.
Vini Jr. for them is like, oh my god, I play with my king. So, it's like Endrick can fly because he feeling confident and say he watching what Vini Jr. going to do and he position himself because he know the way how this guy play football.
Yeah.
He don't play for himself, he play for team. So just Endrick find his position, waiting for the ball. That's Vini Jr. give it.
I think with the game yesterday, though, when you look at Brazil, they experimented and had 5 new starters. So again, on England to lose 1-0 at home to that team, it's arguably not the strongest Brazilian team.
And the first
it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
Then when I started, you see I was too harsh.
Bearing in mind, the result against Brazil was our first home defeat at Wembley in 21 games.
Who have we played, though? Come on. Who have we played?
Yeah, we haven't played anyone.
You know,
but as you said, if you look at their team, they had 5 new starters. They brought on Andreas Pereira, whose last call-up was in 2016, and he looked better than what England had on the pitch.
Wendell, to be fair, looks good. He did well against Arsenal. He did well against Arsenal in the Champions League. I like the look of him.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Lucas Paqueta. I want to see more from him. He's got it in the locker. He reminds me a lot of Kaká. I need to see him go to the next level. He's got it in the locker.
Yeah.
I really like Paqueta. I love that jink. Whipped it at the post, but he's also naughty. He should have got 2 yellows. He kept fouling.
Yes, but that game, I'm a little bit scared because he makes so many fouls. If you continue, I'm too nice to you. I give you 1. You continue to make foul. I give 1 yellow. So it's like. Anytime
he does it at West Ham. He does it at West Ham.
He does.
I'm waiting for red card.
But sometimes as a midfielder, you have to be nasty. You have to be nasty.
And it gets no better than Bruno G. He's a general. You see him yesterday? Wow, he was moving around the lines, touching. Oh.
I will also say, João Gomez from Wolves.
Good player. Good player.
Yeah.
I remember I went on my phone after the game and I'm in a group chat with a bunch of football fans and they were like, "You seen João Gomez? He's so good." I was like, "Oh mate,
João Gomez takes space in Brazil team. I think 1 or 2 games before.
He's good.
The managers here in England and watch this game.
That is so good.
That
it's good.
I think he'll make a profit. Wolves will make a profit on him.
I think he scored 2 goals.
Yeah.
Normally he never score goals. This is not type guy to score goals.
It's a debut.
Yeah.
He's a quality player. He keep it simple. Right. I think that's what football is all about. You know, just keep it simple. You don't have to do anything extra.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. He's a quality player. I like the way he plays. You know. Do you think Brazil were clinical enough?
No. I mean, when you look at it, they could have easily had 3 or 4.
At Wembley. That would have been a disaster.
100%. Paqueta hitting the post. If Vinny put more power on the shot, I know Walker's quick. He just gets there. More power. That's a goal.
I think
Endrick, the one at the end.
Endrick chance as well.
The Endrick chance at the end.
When Pereira whipped it in, I think realistically you
Rafinha
should say Rafinha had the chance.
Cut the ball from the field.
That last chance at Endrick, you should say that it has to be a goal.
3-1 very easy. 3-1 very easy.
But that would have been a disaster.
But the frustrating thing is, again,
I don't know what.
Listen, thank you, but you gotta go.
I don't know what you think about our keeper, but I don't trust your keeper so much.
Pickford.
Yeah, I don't trust it.
he's small as well. He's small. Ramsdale should be the keeper. Ramsdale for me is a better keeper. I think he's a better keeper. I don't rate Pickford. He can save a
keeper.
For me, Ramsdale's a better goalkeeper than Pickford. I agree, but.
So do you trust him? Oh, you don't.
I trust Pickford. I think Ramsdale's a better keeper. But in my opinion, Ramsdale's too mistake prone. With Pickford, he very rarely makes mistakes. That's why he starts. He rarely makes mistakes. For England, he
and remember, he's playing for Everton, who are constantly at the relegation zone.
But
this is for like 5 years, man. He's not good enough.
What you said about Everton, if you read into how Everton play and what they've done this season, you've seen the saves he's made this season. If you take away his saves he's made, they're last.
In my opinion, Ramsdale number 1, and if Nick Pope was fit, number 2.
No, you have to start Pickford.
For me, Pickford, he can save a penalty.
Yes.
He's 6 foot.
You have to start Pickford.
If it's going top right corner, he's not saving it. He can't.
He can.
Even. Oh, jeez. You know?
He's too small. He's small, but he's too small.
For me, your keeper is very dangerous for you guys.
You need 6'3",
the way how
6'4"
he
keeper.
position.
Yeah.
If he plays this smart player, take a ball in the middle. If your defender try to pass the ball back to him, he don't know what he's going to do.
He's not confident with the ball. That's what you're trying to say.
That's the reason. I saw.
So you don't trust him.
Ramsdale for me.
The ball at his feet. The ball at his feet. He's not good. Yeah, but when he's clearing the ball, his distribution is why he plays for this team.
Yeah.
And with Ramsdale, he's too mistake prone. I would say if Pope's fit, Pope starts for England. I think Pope's our best goalkeeper. But for England,
do you agree with him?
You're right.
I don't think he's the best all round. I think he's the best shot stopper. And command of the area because he's very big as well. And you know that worked well for us at Newcastle last year. I think he got 16 consecutive clean sheets at one point.
That's brilliant.
Really good.
But for me, it's the passing at the back, and I think Ramsdale's got that. The problem is Ramsdale does have a mistake in him as well.
I'm going to say one thing that you may disagree with. You're kind of talking about Ramsdale like Ramsdale's a top keeper. In my opinion, he's very, very overrated.
I would have said that to you because they paid Arsenal paid 30 million for him.
I know.
And I thought, what is that?
At Arsenal, since he joined Sheffield United, his first 2 seasons was great. There's a reason why Arsenal signed a goalkeeper in the summer because they didn't win the league.
Nah, I think that's about a Spanish connection. That's what that's about.
It's not about a Spanish connection.
Ray is good, but
Ray is good, but with Ramsdale, you just know with him, it doesn't matter what team he's playing against. If the ball gets back to him or the ball gets anywhere near him, you're like, okay, well, that might be a mistake. Even the Brentford
How many mistakes has Raya made?
He's
made many errors.
Arsenal's previous game against Brentford, what happened? Ramsdale kicked the ball, it went to Tony. He saved it, it's a good save. Tony shot.
Yeah.
He started running backwards way too late. He waited for the ball to be up in the air and nearly drifting, and then he started running and then did the save. For me, Ramsdale's he's a type
so you don't think
lack of game time?
At the same time, if you're saying he's England's best keeper, he has to show it. Yes, lack of game time, you could argue. Yeah, fair enough. But we've seen with other goalkeepers, Buffon was injured for 1 whole year, came back in Italy and won the Euros for them. That's not down to lack of game time.
This isn't my job, but I'd love to see in the comments who thinks is better. Pickford or Ramsdale?
Yeah.
Because for me, it's Ramsdale all day.
Ramsdale, for me, he's a better keeper. But for England, you have to pick Pickford because Pickford is.
But as an England manager, you want to pick the best, right?
You have to pick the best. But for England, he's done brilliantly for England.
Okay. So last season, let's go last season where they were both playing a set of 90 minutes. Yeah. Where did Pickford finish in the league, and where did Ramsdale finish in the league? Where did they finish in the league?
Pickford played for Everton.
That it shows the status of the player. No, do I lie? If he was a higher level, would he still be at Everton, my guy? Would he still be at Everton? How many years has he been at Everton now? Who's trying to be?
Bernd Leno played for Fulham, and Arsenal fans are saying he was their best keeper. Bernd Leno played for Fulham. If you're saying Bernd Leno is his best thing or his best, overall thing is Fulham, you're lying.
Okay, so wait, Conte, you just set yourself up, my guy. Where did Fulham finish last season?
10th.
Where did Everton finish last season?
Near the bottom.
Leno is better than Pickford again. So there we go. Position.
But it doesn't matter.
You just said it.
He played for a worse team. If you put Buffon, if you put Prime Buffon in the Everton team, they're still finishing near the bottom because they're rubbish.
You think so?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Buffon's class, but the overall team, rubbish. If you put Ramsdale in that Everton team, same position.
We were rubbish for years. We had Shay Given. Remember him?
Yeah.
He was worth 12 points a season to us. We were finished mid-table just on Shay Given alone.
Shay Given.
Everton are bottom six every single year.
Shay Given is the type of person that can win you games. Same with Pickford. Aaron Ramsdale isn't a player that can win you games. If anything, Ramsdale is the type of player that loses you games because of how many mistakes he made. Everton
So
only set up.
Pickford is error-free, is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying he's error-free, but he makes significantly less mistakes than Ramsdale. Everton only stayed up last season because Pickford was a goalkeeper. They're only not last now.
So he was a main man.
Goalkeeper. He was a man. There's a reason why he's captain. That's the reason.
Arsenal nearly won the title with Ramsdale in goal.
Because they got a better team. You put Pickford in that team, they're still finishing second. It doesn't matter what team. Listen, it's a team.
Listen. Let's move on. Brazil finally found a way to win the game. We saw this young guy, Endrick, right? I mean, he's only 17 years of age. But where do you take that courage to score that goal at Wembley?
I mean, for me, he's class all around. I think people will look at him and go, "Oh, he's quite small, and he might not be a threat." But we've seen players in the past. I'll bring up Leeds. Even though Leeds got relegated last season, there's a player called Willy Gnonto from Italy. Yeah. He is very, very good. He was a top goal scorer last season, top assister. On the ball, he can beat anyone. Yes, he's small, but in the air, he's good. With Endrick yesterday, against against England, sorry. There was a time where a ball gets crossed in, and Lewis Dunk, who's about 6'4", captain of Brighton, gets beaten in the air by someone that's the size of me.
Yeah.
It's unacceptable.
No, it is.
That's down to quality. He may look small, but he's strong.
Yeah.
He's very quick, and he's very, very good in the air. And for someone so small, that's a great attribute to have.
He's only 17 years of age.
Only 17.
Reminds me. Oh, sorry. You go first.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it reminds me a lot of Pele in the footage I've seen. 1958. Small, stocky, got agile, got a good centre of gravity, but he's also got the personality. And if you watch him, he's not afraid of the cameras. Yeah. But he's also humble. He gives thanks to God. When he
you have to be appreciative.
But you can already see in the dressing room, he's not even arrived at Madrid yet, and the respect he has from Vinny, from Rodrigo, and even Bellingham.
It's a big thing in Brazil if they sign you from Brazil. To Real Madrid.
40 million, I think it was.
62 million.
62 million.
62.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, it's a lot.
And also, I think in Brazil, you can back
go ahead.
I think Brazilian people, fans, say that he's Brazil's next big thing. That he can be the Pele that Brazil need. I don't know if you agree or not, but I certainly see qualities. As Jeff said, exactly like Pele.
How old is Vinicius Junior?
23, is
23.
it?
22, still young.
Very young.
23,
He's still very young.
It's young.
It's very young. For people to say Endrick can be the next guy.
Listen, I just... Vinny's still young, but look how good he is.
The way how Vinny play and the way how Endrick play is no sense.
Yeah, it's different.
It's no sense. The way how Vinny Junior play and the way
he's a talent. This guy is... He's a small guy. See how fast he is. The pace. I mean, like you said earlier, Carl Walker could have thought, listen.
I'm happy to see it. I'm very happy to see Endrick play. I see Endrick play. Endrick play for Palmeiras now in Brazil, but I watched a few games. He always looks strong, mature. Yeah.
But
this game with England, I watched them before game start. He's just a boy.
Yeah, he's a boy. He's a boy.
Action is like weak.
You have to, you have to see him face to face.
But in the game,
he's a boy.
in the game, he changed everything.
Yeah.
He changed it. Yeah. He don't scare. He don't care who he need to play.
Yeah, he just wanna.
He know how to play football.
He's got the personality.
He got personality. So he know. I'm so happy that this game Brazil England he played 10 minutes. I don't know, but 3 times ball.
But he kept the game.
3 times ball.
he played 20 minutes, but he got 2.
Could have got 2. Should have got 2.
3 times ball come to him. He know what he's going to do.
Yeah.
He don't look for himself. He looking for the team. Where's my part?
No,
who can I pass the ball because I cannot run the whole pitch?
That's football fundamental.
Yes.
If you don't have it, how can you play at that level?
Yeah, exactly.
That's football fundamental.
We must remember 62 million for bearing in mind, Real Madrid signed him when he was only 16. 62 million for a 16.
Do you think it was the right move by Real Madrid?
They did the same with Vinny, so they got Vinny for about 40 million
from
Flamengo.
Same with Rodrigo
as
well. Rodrigo, the exact same. But with Real Madrid, I think Real Madrid, we've seen it. They know a player when they see one, and Endrick is that type of player. Even though England lost, I will say the passion he showed after scoring his first in his first game, his first goal at Wembley. The passion he showed after that was.
That was.
For Endrick, his goal is he's just the first goal in European. So I mean,
and let's not forget, it's at Wembley.
For them to score this goal is like. That's the point. It's like, yes, I'm here. So, guys, I'm here.
It's like the second coming of
Pele. That's how it feels. Here in European, he wishing to play, but score one goal in England.
I will say as well that the fact that a 17, no offense to Endrick, he's very good, but the fact that a 17-year-old ended our 21 game unbeaten streak at Wembley for me is embarrassing for England.
Yeah, it depends. It depends. I think Brazil was just one step ahead of England.
Yeah.
When you watch the game, tactically Brazil was.
They
I saw the way they were passing the ball.
It's something to do with their culture.
Right?
It's something to do with their culture. The way they're comfortable passing the ball. Right? No one panics.
Yeah.
It's not like I have a ball. What should I do with that ball? No. No one panics. It's okay to hold the ball. It's okay to pass the ball, to pass a 2-yard ball. Yeah. So it's part of their DNA. It's part of their culture. So I think they were just one step ahead of England. We
should beat them though. We've got a better team, a stronger team.
Yeah, but
we're more evolved. Yeah. But like you say, the small margins, you're talking about personality, mentality. So when you're in those situations, are you looking for the easy pass?
Yes.
Are you ambitious?
Yeah.
Stop passing it backwards and sideways. And that's what I was seeing a lot.
Yeah.
It kills the momentum in key moments of the game.
Yeah.
Whereas Brazil, they're happy to play triangles. Their patterns of play are just free flowing.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
So it says a lot about the coach. What are they doing? What are the instructions? So I really feel with this cohort of players we currently got, they're arguably on a par with France, not quite with the depth. I think France has more depth.
Yeah.
The issue is, do we have the right man at the helm to unleash the force we have? Because at the moment, we're just going to sail off.
Yeah.
Because there's no way Brazil, with arguably an experimental side, 5 debutants,
manager's
turning
first
up
game,
and beating us.
The manager's first game.
Yeah. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
England lost against Brazil, right? But they have another game against Belgium. Before, I think maybe it's the last friendly game before the European Championship. Tuesday. I think maybe it's the last game before the European Championship. But how can we move from that loss?
I don't think he can. I personally, he's not a good enough manager for me. I think. I'll be honest.
Got relegated.
That's what you have to say. What you can do.
Listen, he managed.
So he's not. Why did they give him a job then?
You know what? I will tell you what.
He's a yes man.
I will tell you what. Exactly that. He's a yes man, and the FA are so socked up with themselves. They go, has to be English. Let's not forget, right? The best, in my opinion, since I've been growing up, the best England team that I've seen is the ones that have been under Gareth Southgate. What has he done? Hasn't won a trophy. He got relegated, as you said a minute ago, with Middlesbrough. The season before, they got to a European semi-final. The season after, they got relegated.
Yeah.
Guess who with? Gareth Southgate.
Yeah.
In the Nations League, we're in Group B. We got relegated in the Nations League and we lost to Hungary 5-0.
He should have resigned.
5-0. Who have Hungary got? Dominic Szoboszlai. Name me one other Hungarian player. Anyone in the comments, please. I will pay you whatever. Name one other Hungarian. For England to be relegated in a Nations League is embarrassing.
Yeah.
The team we have, arguably you can say we deserve to win the Euros. We went 1-0 up in 3 minutes and we capitulated. And bearing in mind, penalty shootout, by the way, we lost on. Why is he bringing on players just to take a penalty?
Yeah.
they'll be cold, there's no warm-up, and if your only reliability is, right, I'm bringing you on to take a penalty, that's so much pressure. Rashford, really young at the time. Saka, really young at the time. Sancho, really young at the time. You can't give that, pressure on a young guy and go, right, you have to score the penalty to win me and England, the nation that hasn't won a trophy since 1966, at Wembley in your home stadium, and beat Italy. We were 1-0 up in 3 minutes and we lost the game.
He told them to put on the brakes after 30 minutes. That's a defensive coach, right?
Even against France.
And growing up, Bobby Robson, they had free spirits. You had the likes of Gascoigne, David Platt, Lineker, Peter Beardsley, right? And then you had Venables. Again, he played 3-5-2. You had Glenn Hoddle. He played 3-5-2. You utilised players like Beckham, Michael Owen, Scholes. So these managers that I mentioned, Robson, Venables, Hoddle, all attacking coaches, we now have a really defensive coach. It feels like he's got that fear, and then that comes on. He doesn't want to let it go.
He doesn't take a risk,
Especially when he's always opting for that double pivot. Yeah. You can't do that. Or if you're going to do that, make the right change. We talked again in the warm-up about that crucial game against France. France went 2-1 up. Yeah. But if you watch the game, England were actually in control and dominating the game. Yeah. So the best managers can sense when they're in the ascendancy.
Yeah,
make the change early.
He made
it 10 minutes too late.
The game, but the time.
Yeah.
Most important
too
is
late.
for the goal.
Yeah. It's too late. It's too late.
That's no.
So I think they're going to lose against Belgium. Yeah, I think they're going to lose.
You think so?
De Bruyne, Lukaku,
I reckon it'll be a draw. I think.
I'll go for a draw. I'll definitely go for a draw against Belgium. But listen, Belgium always have a lot of quality players, but they don't deliver.
Yes, I think that's
the problem with Belgium. They don't deliver.
The big tournament.
With Belgium, they've got, you can arguably say, besides France and England, for me, Belgium have individually the best team. But as a team,
Portugal are up there.
Portugal as well. But
I won't put Portugal in the same bracket.
As a team, Belgium don't have to work together.
No, too much egos.
Exactly, De Bruyne,
too much egos. Everyone is a big guy there.
Courtois was there.
Listen, even when Company was there, Vincent, I think I was a little disappointed because when you have a football team like that with a lot of talent, like Company, they had a Van Boyten, they had a central back,
Daniel Van Boyten,
solid, strong, tall, big, and more important, very technical, comfortable with the ball, but they did not play.
With Belgium as a team,
semi-finals was it against France.
And as a team with Belgium, they've never really been able to click. Everyone sits there in every European tournament. They go right.
I think England might even win on Tuesday.
Yeah,
because Belgium, regardless how many good players they have,
they can't work together. They can't. And of course, they played Ireland as well in the recent game. They drew 0-0 against Ireland. Belgium played one of their better teams against the Republic of Ireland, who have done nothing really since. So
about Brazil and England, okay?
Okay.
Brazil, we respect a lot England.
Who do you think should take the blame
for England?
With England, yeah.
I think it's FA. Yeah, I think it's 50-50. If you take away the FA, Southgate 50% and the players 50%. I'd even say, maybe not even 50-50, maybe 80-20, because Southgate's the one that's picking these players. And as you brought up Henderson, why he's still getting picked in this team is beyond belief. He's not picking Tomori.
Yeah.
Shocking.
So if anyone realistically that knows football is going to tell me now that Harry Maguire is a better centre back than Tomori, you're lying.
Yeah. And yet, Konza comes on at right back. Tomori could play right back.
Tomori could play right back.
Again, like you said, you've got Ivan Toney on the bench, centre forward. You want to score a goal.
And the way we were playing,
at home.
The way we were playing against Brazil, long balls over the top. Tony hold up striker, strong.
Or even flick-ons for the guys coming behind.
Watkins is not that type of guy.
It's just, I feel like he's lost his way. I don't know why he took the extension. I don't know why the FA would give him that extension, but he should have said, you know what, guys, after that World Cup, I've tried my best. I'm stepping away. Time for someone else to come in. And you've got the likes, potentially, of Potter, Howe, or just a foreign coach. Yeah. You know, they could get a foreign coach in. I think the problem with the whole Capello thing, that threw the FA off. They don't want to hire a foreign coach again, which I think, I understand the negatives with what happened there, but I actually think Sven did a good job. I know we got to 2 quarters and could have done better, but I think on the basis of the Capello one,
I also think Capello did alright in the World
we
Cup.
had a good long, I think, unbeaten run. It was just he's a disciplinarian, and with the big personalities you've got, those Chelsea players, Man United players, who have got big egos, he was the wrong appointment, you know.
Yeah. Excellent, guys. Listen. Thank you so much to Sanzen community for hosting us. Thank you so much, guys, for stopping by. If you haven't done it yet, please make sure you like, you share, comment, and more importantly, subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Brazil.